New Topia starring Jisoo and Park Chung-min has maintained its number one spot for 2 consecutive weeks in recognition and audience interest, as reported in the OTT Content Viewer Evaluation Report by Consumer Insight for the fourth week of February 2025. Most mentioned celebrities during the Oscars on Twitter in the United States: Lisa with 1.3 million on number 1. APT by Rosé and Bruno Mars enters the top 10 most streamed song release in 2024 on Spotify at number 10 with over 1.27 billion streams. It surpasses Ariana Grande's We Can't Be Friends. Lisa has surpassed Rosé as the highest charting female K-pop soloist on Spotify charts in Switzerland and Austria and Ukraine. Jennie becomes the first female K-pop soloist to spend 200 days on Spotify Global Artist chart. Lisa's Rockstar has been certified gold in Canada for selling over 40,000 units. Rosé and Bruno Mars APT re-peaks at number 1 on the UK official streaming chart for a third week. It remains the only song by a K-pop act to hit number 1. Rosé's Rosie is at 35 on Billboard 200 in its 12th week, extending its record as the album by a K-pop act with the most weeks on chart top 40. Lisa's alter ego spends its 5th consecutive day in the top 5 of the European iTunes album chart, currently at number 3. Oda Tyler revealed that all the songs included in Jennie's first solo studio album Ruby were produced by Jennie herself. Extral by Jennie becomes the biggest US debut streaming week by a K-pop soloist in 2025, surpassing Born Again by Lisa. Born Again by Lisa, Doja Cat and RAYE was the number 1 song in the Genius Korea in February 2025 across all genres, with a staggering total of 390k page views. Lisa extends her record as the most followed female K-pop soloist on Spotify with 11.2 million followers. Alter Ego is on number 6 on Apple Music Europe after holding at 4 for 2 days. It's the highest charting album by a female K-pop soloist in US Apple Music history, tying Jungkook's Golden as the highest peaking album by a K-pop soloist. Rosé's Rosie now eligible for gold certification in the US for selling over 500,000 units in the country. It's just the first album by a female K-pop soloist and fastest female K-pop act album in history to achieve this. Ruby by Jennie is now the Korean female soloist album with the most entries on the Billboard Hot 100, surpassing Rosie by Rosé. Lisa's amazing new album Alter Ego scores a 4th day atop the worldwide and a 3rd day atop European iTunes after reaching number 1 on iTunes in 43 countries and the US, where it scored 3 whole days atop US iTunes. Alter Ego holds at number 2 on the worldwide Apple Music album chart for a 4th day, tying Rosé's Rosie as the highest peaking album by a K-pop female soloist on the chart. Lisa is now the 3rd K-pop act with the most monthly listeners currently, surpassing BTS on Spotify.